Hello everyone, myself Ramesh Gundapalli. In this video, we are going to discuss about below four commands. One is echo, the alternative command is printf. And so this command we use for printing purpose. So to print any message, we will be using echo or printf. So next command is bc. So we use this for calculating purpose. And password. If you want to change user password, so we'll be using this password command. And we'll see how it works. And we use this uname to see what kind of operating system is installed on your machine and what is the kernel version. You can see it. Now we'll start with the echo statement. Let me clear my screen. So echo is the command, and you have to give your any message that will be printed. So this is the command and this is the argument you can provide. So that message will be printed. And suppose now if I have any variable like name equal to now how can I print? So here I have assigned name variable with value like this. So here there is a space here, so that's why I'm using it in the quotes, inside the quotes. So now I'm using here hello. This is normal text, and this is the variable. In front of variable, you have to use dollar to get the value. So now this name has been replaced with the value. So this is how we'll be using it. Suppose in place of double quote, if I use single quote, let's see how it works. So the variable will not convert as the whatever you have assigned. So if you want to convert, you have to use it in without single quote. When you use single quote, whatever message is there inside that, it will print as it is. So just remember that one. And we will see the other options how to use inside the echo statement. Now by default, when we use echo statement here, so the message is printing and the prompt, I mean, is going to the next line here. Even if you see it here, the prompt is going to the next line immediately. So now we'll see how to. So let me take this. So there is one option is here. You can use /c. So when you are using /c, you have to use -e. Okay. When you're using -e and then /c, so message will be printed, and in the same line you can see the prompt as well. It will not go to the new line. So that means, so if you want to use one more statement, you can use it. So here I am not using any this character here now. There is no /c here. So after printing this echo statement, control will go to the next line. See, no? So after this, it is not going to the next line. So it is printed and it continued with the next command. So this is how it works. It's /c. And suppose if you want to print some extra line, that time you can use /n. See, message is printed. After that one, new line is printed because of n. And also we have slash t is there. So slash t will provide tag. So here we use slash t. The slash t is providing tab here. And also we have slash a. Slash a will provide the sound, bell sound. I think you might have heard it. So this is the sound. And we also have slash b. So this will work as a backspace. That means this character will get removed. Can you see? So this character is removed because of b. B is nothing but backspace. And we also have vertical tab. So we'll see horizontal tab is working like this. We'll see how the vertical tab will work. So vertical tab will work in this direction. Okay. So this is a slash b will be working. And you can also use, instead of like this, you can use an option called -n. Okay. With this -n also, so it will prevent the new line. So you can use -n as well. So these are the various options, and then you can use inside the echo command. And also we have seen how to use the variables to print. So there is one more difference is there. So when I'm doing echo, I'm just trying to print some message. With multiple spaces, but this content is not in the any codes. Now we'll see how it works. So this multiple spaces has been replaced with single space. It has been suppressed. So now if I keep it in double quote or single quote, so you can see the spaces. That is the difference with quotes and without quotes. So even if you see it in single quotes also, it will work like same. But single quote and double quote difference we have seen already. So when we use variables, it will replace the value inside the double quote. In single quote, whatever you're giving, it will print as it is. That is the one. Now when we have echo, there is also alternative command printf. So printf we generally use it in C language. It came from C. So this Linux also support printf. Now we'll see how to use printf. So by default, when we use printf, so it will prevent the new line. So that means after printing this message, it will be coming in the prompt will be in the same line. So if you want new line, you have to add /n every time. Then prompt will go to the new line. So this is how the printf will be working. Suppose now I have name already defined. So if I want to access the name, so here let's see how to access it. So this is how we use it. There is also another method is there here. So this is the string I'll be using. So S stands for string. Okay. And after this double quote, I'll be using my variable name. So like this also you can use. So it is having. So you can suppose now if you have x equal to some string like this. Now we will see how it works. This will be working like this. Okay. So in the first statement, let me try with one more. So now, because there are two values I have given, so I have to use 2 times percentages, so it will be 20. So this variable itself is having two values. So if you see, okay, so itself is having separated by space. That's why we need to use. Suppose now, let me try with another way for integers or decimals. So suppose now I have it's equal to 100. Now we'll try to see the similar way how to use for integers. I can use like this also, and after this I can use D. So similar way you can use, sorry, it should be X. So this is printf, not print. Okay, you can see value is replaced. So similarly, like we have here, D is there, F is also there for floating, and we have O is for octal values. So you can try that as well. Now we'll see the next command, BC. BC command we use it for the purpose of calculating arithmetic operation. Arithmetic. We'll see how to use BC. Just type BC and then enter. So if you have BC, you can see like this, and then the prompt is waiting. So you can perform. The result is coming. Okay, we're able to do it. Suppose now I'm doing it, but here I'm not getting the exact value. I'm just, it is coming as a rounded. Suppose I want to get the value for including with decimal. After decimal also I want to get like 2 or 3 points. So now for that you have to define scale. How many you want? I'm giving scale as 3, and let me do it again now, division. So now because I have defined scale as 3 now, I'm able to see now after decimal 3 you can see. So this is how we'll be using BC. So to come out you can press Ctrl D or Ctrl C. I came out. Another way to do BC is, so like this also you can use, suppose O plus 5, and then you can use 5. Okay. So this is also we are using BC. So suppose similar way you can use 10 by 3 division. So here we are not getting in decimal. So that time you have to use scale equal to 3 semicolon. We are able to get like before. So how we got it. Okay. So this is, we are also here using BC command only to perform this. Okay. So you understood this how to use BC command. And now we'll see the next command, password. So PASSWE. The password is the command to change the password. So when I type password and then enter, so it will ask for the change password for the user whatever you logged in. In this case, I logged in with the user Ramesh here. So let's see. Now it is trying to change the password for user Ramesh. It is asking me to give the current password. So after providing the current password, once it is confirmed, then it will ask for the new password and then retype new password. So after that, password will be successfully modified or updated. So I'm not changing it here. So this is the process. You can change it if you want. So this is how I can do it for my user. Suppose now, if I want to do it for other users, I cannot do it from a normal user. You have to be logged in as the sudo user. So for that, I will log in as root and from here I can do it. Suppose now I want to log in for, now I logged in as root user, and now I would like to change password for any another user. So here now I'm giving username as the argument for password command. So when I run password command from root user, so it is directly asking the new password. And it's not counting the current password. So because you logged in as the root, that is the advantage here. Okay, you should be careful while changing the passwords from root. Also, let me try for another user here. So, so it will not ask the current password. So directly you can reset password for any user from root if you are the root user. And here after this new password. So once you enter the password, it will ask for the confirmation. So password will be updated. Suppose now if I try to apply the same syntax here, suppose I log in as normal user, and if I give suppose argument here as a user, it will give an error message saying you are not allowed to modify the password, saying only root can specify a username. So you are getting an error message. So hope you clear. So this kind of approach will work only with root login. Else you can only use password and then press enter. You can change your password. And we'll see the next command. So uname. So when I give uname, I can see the OS is installed on my machine is Linux. And if you want to see more details, you can use uname-r. So this is the kernel version, like uname-p. So like this you can see. If you want to see all the options, you can use -a. So this is the host name, and this is the version, kernel version, and these all details. You can see what kind of bit it is. So apart from this, so it is showing here Linux, and Linux also we have many flavors. Like Red Hat, we have Ubuntu, we have, and then we have CentOS. So like this, we have many flavors. I wanted to know which operating system I'm exactly using and what is the version. So for that, you just go to path etc. You look for the files with ending with release. These are the three files, and you can open and see the content also. So here these are related to Red Hat files. So you can come to know. Let me open these files. So it is saying this is the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and this is the version. And you can see somewhere in the name also here. This is the name of the version, and these are all details. If you can see it here. So this is the uname command, how it works, and this is the also you can see what kind of version details also inside the release files. So these are the release files. Thank you for watching this video.